Welcome to the Talkback Fans High School Football Preview Show with the Wickliffe Blue Devils. I'm Terry Heil.
I'm Jimmy Simonis.
And we are live from the cafeteria, the Chris Kalick, well, it's not memorial because he's still alive, cafeteria here at Wickliffe High School. The Blue Devils are members of the Chagrin Valley Conference. They are led by head coach Mars Porcello in his 10th season. Blue Devils are coming off of a 6-4 season, missed the playoffs for the first time in 3 seasons, and we are now joined by senior running back, linebacker Chase Fortcamp. Chase, thanks for joining us. How are you this evening?
I'm doing good. The practice today was great. I'm getting ready for the season.
Yeah. What made it so great first day of week 1 here?
Everyone came in ready to, jump into the season, first week, game week, everyone's real excited.
Yeah. What have the last 3 weeks looked like for you guys as you were finally able to get rolling here?
There was, always conditioning, going over plays, preparing for our first game, Lutheran West, throughout these couple of weeks, everyone was committed and eager to be able to start playing.
So for you, going into the season, how do you feel?
I feel great. I'm confident with our team. Very experienced team on offense and defense, so I feel like we're going to have a good season.
Talk about the guys in the backfield with you. I know we're going to talk to Mason here in a bit.
Yeah, we have multiple returning running backs. Me, Mason just moved to quarterback. Isaiah Bolin. There's people with experience. Donnell, we moved him from receiver into running back. They're all smart. They carry the ball hard, run fast, physical. They get out there and block for our other running backs. So I'm confident with our backfield.
Yeah. Talk about the big guys in front, led by Tyler Fisher.
That's the team right there, is that those linemen, they make the plays, create all the holes. That's where our team's at, is that line. There's 3 years now, the same line, 3 years.
And talk a little bit about Coach Porcello's philosophy as the OC.
For years now, he's been great. He's a smart coach. He right calls. He really picks apart defenses on, for schemes and everything. He's a real good coach.
And with the limited amount of time you guys have been on the field, what's the biggest thing you've taken away from your team so far?
I think our aggression and heart is, everyone was in. We had scrimmage last week. Everyone was in that scrimmage. Everyone was committed, very aggressive. They just wanted to get out there and play.
You also play linebacker. Let's talk a little bit about your linebacking core on the defensive side of the ball.
Our defense, we're really good, against run. Real strong there. Our pass defense has gotten great. Having our 3 linebackers, myself, Jack Bunn, and Mikey Moon, I think all 3 of us are great fits there. And our defensive line is, it's unmatched.
They say that typically the defense is ahead of the offense. Would you say that that's true so far?
This year, I think it might be equal. Our offense and defense are both just as equally strong, powerful. Both sides of the ball, we're able to get what needs to be done.
Okay. And since you guys, you didn't have 3 scrimmages this year, you just had the 1, but you have a very veteran group coming back. Do you think that actually benefits you guys?
Oh, I think it does, because having the veteran group last year and not make the playoffs, it really motivated all those kids that were on that field to, really want to do better this year, and when we're in the playoffs, go farther, be better as a team.
Well, for you, obviously this has been a unique year in terms of off season, not being at school. How'd you keep your team involved? How'd you keep your team committed during all these trials and tribulations?
We all stayed in touch, with group chats, texting, making sure, everyone's at least doing something at home, like push-ups, sit-ups, or if you have weights at home, doing those weights. And as soon as we got the go-ahead that we were allowed to practice and lift, and everyone was there, everyone was committed.
What would it mean to you to make the playoffs here as a senior after having missed last year?
Oh, it'd mean everything. Trying to go as far as we can this year. And, hopefully, state championship.
Personal goals for you this season?
I want this to be my best season, by far. I just want to be able to get out there and show my true talent and how much better I've grown from last year.
Beautiful. So we have been joined by Wickliffe senior running back, linebacker Chase Fortcamp. Chase, thank you very much for your time. Greatly appreciate it, and I wish you a full season of healthy.
Thank you.
We are now joined by Wickliffe senior quarterback, defensive back Mason Balla. Mason, thanks very much for joining us. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing just fine, thank you. So Mason, the Balla name, a lot of tradition here at Wickliffe. What does it mean to you to be able to carry that on?
Well, my dad and my uncle, they both did very great things here, and I think I'm going to hope that I can carry it on. And as of last year, I think I did pretty solid, and I'm hoping I can do even better now.
Okay. And so since they reminded me that everybody makes the playoffs this year, I'll ask the question differently this time. What would it mean to you as a senior to make a deep playoff run after having missed last year?
It would be fantastic. I mean, we all thought last year we would have made it, but we got riddled with injuries and stuff. But this year, we all know that we're going to go deep into the playoffs, hopefully, and it would mean probably the world to everyone.
Chase mentioned earlier that the offense and defense are both seem pretty equal in terms of their strengths. How do you feel about your offense and defense going into this year?
Considering our scrimmage, I don't even know if the other team even had positive rush yards. Our defensive line, our six in the box, oh my, I don't even think I had a tackle. I didn't even have the chance. And then our defensive backs are actually doing pretty great. The first series, they kind of scared me a little bit, but then they locked in and they got 2 interceptions at scrimmage. And then for offense, everyone is just experienced all around. Our line, again, is 3 years on varsity. I think one's 2, but that's still enough. Some people don't even see the field until their senior year.
And I asked Chase about Coach Mars, so I'm going to ask you what it's like to play for Coach Kalick with the DBs.
Coach Kalick, he's very passionate, and I think our kind of motto this year is FPF. I think it's focus, passion, and finish. Because last year sometimes it seemed like we kind of held up, so we want to focus on the play with a lot of passion, and then finish the game.
Okay. Now we'll switch to the other side of the ball. What does it mean to you to play quarterback here at Wickliffe?
Well, I mean, everyone's been great these past years, and I'm hoping to carry the tradition of having a good quarterback, even though we run the ball quite a few times. But our Coach P has been talking about attention to detail lately, and because everyone has a lot of time and experience, so we're going to focus on those little things now.
Talk about Coach Porcello's philosophy on offense and how you as a quarterback, your importance is without a doubt important.
So a lot of times it's just attention to detail. Everyone knows what to do. We just need to get everything down to 100%, going all the time, and get everything down, twist your hips, carry out the fake all the way. I mean, we just got to sell out for our teammates.
And on the defensive side of the ball, talk about the D-backs.
So we got Donnell Jackson at corner, and then also Duke Stanzak at the other corner. Then I'm at safety. They're very quick. They know what to do. They have good. They're good at the little things. They have good technique. So I'm confident in what they can do.
Right. And how about the rest of the defense, the groups in front of you, the linebackers and then the D-line?
Again, the front six and the outside backers, they're outstanding. Everyone knows what to do. They're good at flowing. They're good. They have good, just natural talent, I guess you could say.
Okay. And what's it like to play with a guy who's as talented as Chase is in front of you?
It gets a little. I get a little break in the back since half the time I don't even see the ball. But yeah, I always see him flying around the field, going outside, inside, and he almost had an interception. But I guess his hands just aren't as good as I thought.
My, his hands aren't as good as I thought. Okay. What do you like to do with your free time, Mason?
Well, it's either sitting at home and just doing nothing relaxing, or I would just go work out, schoolwork. I finished my summer work yesterday. Sorry to the teachers, but yeah, I do a whole bunch of stuff with my friends, considering the circumstances, but
Right.
I mean, obviously not big groups.
Right. Desire to play at the next level?
I would like to. It would be a dream of mine to play at the next level.
What kind of schools are showing interest?
Right now, there's one school that's talking to me. It's Oberlin College. I was talking to the running back coach, Ryan Swingle, and I mean, it's a nice place. I'm considering it.
It's a good school.
Mm-hmm.
Good school. All right, so we have been joined by Wickliffe senior quarterback, defensive back, Mason Balla. Mason, thank you very much for your time. Greatly appreciate it, and I wish you a full season of healthy.
Thank you.
We are now joined by Wickliffe running back, defensive back coach, and my childhood friend, Chris Kalick, who A, is alive,
Yes.
B, owns Seasonal Sporting Goods, who is the sponsor of the Seasonal Sporting Good Red Zone. Chris, thanks for joining this evening. How are you, bud?
No problem. Doing great. Thank you very much.
That's good. So, Chris, get to coach on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
Right? Do you have a preference?
Defense.
Defense?
Defense. It used to be offense, to be honest with you, a long time ago, but now defense. I've always had defensive backs, and I enjoy them a lot. And, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Talk about the group you have this year with Mason and them.
Senior laden. A lot of guys I've had for 3-4 years. I think they're going to be really good. They're really solid. They work hard. They come to work. I expect big things from them.
Yeah. And I understand numbers are up this year. How do you account for that?
Hopefully by winning football games. I mean, people want to come and play. Our middle school had a nice, I think we got like 10, 11 freshmen coming up, so that's good. The senior class, again, is about 15 deep, so that's good. We can use some help on the sophomore classes, but again, numbers are higher than it's been in the past few years, which is fantastic.
And the numbers in the junior high level, I understand, are pretty good too, right?
They're about 25, 30, so that's good. Yep.
So, yeah, coming from not having a squad a couple years ago, right?
Correct.
So that's nice.
Two years ago was no squad, yes.
All right, let's talk about Chase and the running back group a bit.
They're hard workers. They're seniors. They lead by example. I mean, all our individual drills we do, they work hard, and they're a positive influence for our young guys.
What's the biggest thing you've seen with the senior group? Because you've obviously coached them for the last couple of years. What's one of their biggest strengths you've seen as a whole?
Their work ethic. They really, really, really work hard. They go at it every day. They don't take any plays off. They're fun to coach. I mean, we have a good time, but when it's time to work, we get to work and we get it done.
Now, there are going to be some teams on your schedule this year that are going to throw the ball a lot more than you guys do. So since you guys don't throw the ball a lot, how are you able to simulate for your D-backs when you face a team that really wants to air it out?
Well, I think teams are going to throw against us this year a lot because our front six are really, really good, and I dare teams to run on us. So again, we have a good Skelly 7-on-7 drill that we do. That we take our ones half a field, and our ones receivers go against our one DBs, and it gives us a lot of good work. And prepares us for our opponents week in and week out.
And what are you looking for in your defense this season?
Well, we're a gap sound team. We fly out the football. We're fast. I mean, our front 3 or 4 are really, really fast. They're really, really aggressive. So playing fast, hit people, be violent, things like that. That's what we look for.
Yeah. Does this team have a chance to remind us of those teams from the late '90s that made the runs?
They do. I have high expectations for this group. I mean, sky's the limit. I mean, I think we can make a deep run.
Okay.
This team is solid.
All right, so I asked this question to one of the coaches the other day. If you sit here today and you say, okay, hey, in order for Wickliffe to make a deep run in the playoffs this year, X and Y have to happen on the defensive side of the ball. What are X and Y?
Well, first of all, we have to stay no injuries. We're not deep. I mean, I think we got 9 guys that go both ways. So again, no injuries. No injuries. I think if we get through that, and again, their work ethic is outstanding, so I think that'll take care of itself. We'll be fine.
And you said that 9 guys are playing on both sides of the ball. What do you think? How are those players going to be able to? How are you guys keeping them healthy during the week so when it comes game time that they're ready to go?
We don't do a lot of hitting during the week, so basically it's been a lot of mental reps, and we run on hit bags and run on cans and stuff like that. So we try to limit the violent going through the week, so we're prepared for Friday. Yeah, so that's what we do.
Yeah. What's it like working with Coach Mars?
It's great. I love him. I've known him for a long time. We talk a lot of things. I mean, we talk softball. We played softball against each other. We played softball. I mean, I've coached basketball. We talk basketball. We talk football. It's fantastic. I've known him for a long time.
Yeah. Basketball's still your favorite, though, right?
Football's pretty good though. I like football. I like football now. I'm down on the field this year, so I get to coach a little more on the field. So so I get out of the box, get on the field. So it should be fantastic.
Beautiful. Now the coach's question: why are you who you are?
Wow, mom and dad probably. They raised me. We were playing sports when we were younger. So I was out there throwing a ball when I was dribbling a basketball, throwing a football, playing baseball when I was 3 or 4. So I say mom and dad are a big reason why I am what I am today.
For this year, what makes this year, or what do you think would make this year memorable for your team?
Well, a long playoff run will be fantastic. I think it'll be, if we can go deep in the playoffs, I think this year will be very, very memorable for everybody involved in it. Yes.
Yeah. And you've got the experienced O-line coming
yeah.
back. Talk a little bit about your running back group. We didn't ask you about them yet.
They're solid. Chase, Isaiah Boland, obviously Mason the quarterback. Donnell's going to get some reps this year. He's so deep. He can run so many 3 or 4 guys at you. I mean, you can't key on one guy because there's so much depth. So, I mean, it'll be a challenge. If I'm a defensive guy, I don't want to play against it. Nope, no way.
Beautiful. Well, we have been joined by Wickliffe running back, defensive back coach, and show sponsor,
Yeah.
Seasonal Sporting Goods, Chris Kalick. Chris, thank you very much for your time. Greatly appreciate it, and I wish you a full season of healthy.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out. Take care.
We are now joined by Wickliffe head coach in entering his 10th season, Coach Marsh Porcello. Coach, thanks you very much for your time tonight. How are you this evening?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's good to be here. So, Coach, you guys missed the playoffs last year after having been there, I believe it was 3 years in a row. What's the motivation to make a deep run this year?
You know, I think we left some games on the table last year. We really did. The Beechwood game, the Berkshire game, and a lot of these guys started the year before when we went 8-2 and made the playoffs. And so I think that's been their motivation in the offseason, getting ready for this season. You know, they're determined to not leave anything on the table this year. And so far, I'm happy with the work ethic. They're paying attention to detail, and it's a good thing.
The offseason has featured what I've called many distractions. How have you guys kind of worked through all of that?
You know, we're trying to just, do what we're supposed to do as far as protocols and everything, but just being focused on what's ahead. I think one of the main things this season, and I told the guys this, it's not necessarily going to be the most talented team that makes it. It's going to be the team that can get through the most obstacles, because there's going to be obstacles along the way. I've always kind of, in my program, tried to talk about day by day, week by week, and not looking ahead. And these guys they've enjoyed being on the field because they weren't sure if they were going to be. So every day has been, honestly, they've appreciated being out there, and they're giving us everything they got. So
what makes this your 10th year different from the first 9?
I don't know if it's that much different, honestly. I just know we have a really, really great group of kids this year, and that's what I'm most excited about. This senior class is amazing. We have 2 guys, Tyler Fisher and Chase Forkamp, that started as freshmen, and many of them have started as sophomores. So I think that's what makes it special. They've been in our program for 4 years. They've been on successful teams, and they're ready to be successful again. So.
And you've got a lot of Wickliffe bloodlines on this year's squad. How special is that?
It's always special. I mean, I'm a Wickliffe grad, and it means a lot to me. And this town's a football town, and so that it's a football community that they come out and support the team and the program, and so that means a lot to our program.
Your offense obviously is predicated on running the ball, and it's tough to run the ball without the big boys up front. Talk about Tyler Fisher and that group.
Yeah, Fish is our anchor on the line for sure. He's at right tackle. But 4 out of the 5 been starting. This will be their 3rd year, and then our left tackle, this is the 2nd year starting. So there's a lot of experience, and they make our offense go. So they're hard workers in the offseason. They're leaders, and our running backs appreciate them. And I know that's important, and they know that we go if they go. So I'm looking forward to our offensive line again this year.
Yeah. And what makes this group on offense special when you look at historically Wickliffe football teams?
I think the best thing is we actually have some depth this year. We've got 4 to 5 running backs that at any moment can break a big run, and so I don't know if I've ever had this much depth in the backfield. It's going to be tough, I think, to be able to stop us.
So for you to use all of those 4 and 5 running backs, how do you plan on using those strengths within a given game?
They all do something a little different, I think. But we use a lot of motion, we use a lot of misdirection, a lot of faking, and they're very unselfish. And a couple of them block better than they run, and some of them run better than they block. And so, we'll just use their skills, at the best of their ability. And honestly, I think any one of them can carry the ball at any moment and can break a run. So.
Wickliffe teams have always been able to score. Obviously, a big key, though, is being able to stop the opponent from scoring. Guys talked a little bit about that front 6. Talk a little bit about your defense.
Our defense, I think, is actually the best part of our team, honestly. The last couple of years, teams haven't really been able to run the ball on us, minus maybe a Kirtland. But our defenses are physical, they're fast. We use quicker guys up front, and they move, they get after it. And, our secondary's improved a lot. I'm excited to watch them play. Last year was a little bit of an issue for us, but they've got a year under their belt and they've improved quite a bit. So I'm excited about our defense. I think it's, they bring a lot of pressure, they bring a lot of speed, and they're all very, very physical.
With there only being 6 regular season games this year, and you kind of indicated that this may be the case, are you in much more of a week-to-week mentality than you would have been during a normal 10-week season?
We're not treating it too much different, to be honest. But yeah, I think you have to appreciate every week, and knowing that it might change. You know, we're supposed to play Lutheran West this Friday. We're supposed to play Trinity week 2. That might change. We never know. So, you know, and the guys are aware of that, and they know that, hey, there might be some that comes our way, and we just got to get through it. So they're ready for it. But we're going to prepare the same. We're like we always do. We're going to prepare each week. You know, and see what happens, and make sure that we evaluate how we improve. I think that's really important. You know, you might win a game, but you got to evaluate how you improve each week. And the key is, I think, peaking at the right time, and that's week 7. You got to peak at the right time and be ready to play in week 7.
Coach Kalick mentioned earlier about your youth numbers going up. What do you feel that you attribute that to the most, and how do you keep that momentum going forward into the next coming years?
Yeah, we've had a rough patch a little bit. You know, we're going to see it next year a little bit. We didn't have a middle school program a couple years ago, but I think you know, I'm pretty heavily involved with the youth and the middle school, and I think we really have the right people at those levels, and that makes a difference. You know. Our middle school program, Jason Moulton ran it for a couple years, and I brought him up to coach varsity this year because he's earned it. He did a great job. He kind of resurrected our middle school program, and our youth program is thriving right now. You know, and it's about the people that are running it, and they're making it fun and enjoyable, and kids just want to come back and play football, and that's what it's all about at that level. It's developing, but it's making it an enjoyable, you know, experience for those kids.
So, Coach, you talked about the fact that you guys have a little bit more depth than you have in the past. We know the Fort Cap name, the Ballin name, the Fisher name. Give us a couple of names of guys that you expect to really be a surprise this year.
Yeah, I think Donnell Jackson, you may have been hearing that name along the way. He'll play running back for us. He's very versatile. He can play receiver. He catches the ball really well. He blocks really well. And then he also plays corner for us. Mario Seferati is going to get a shot at outside linebacker. I'm excited about what he's going to bring as well. You know, as far as running backs, Vince Gargiulo, he's a sophomore. He's a very talented running back. He's going to play defense as well. So I'm excited about, you know, what we have coming in the backfield and then also on defense.
So what's the one facet of this team that you think that it's all that takes to bring this whole team together?
I just think their focus each week, just making sure that, you know, with everything going on, that we make sure that we focus on the task ahead and what's going on that week. Their attention to detail is going to be really important. You know, taking care of the ball, those kinds of things, because there's a lot of experience, and so the downfall could be, you know, you kind of get complacent, and you know, we got to make sure that we're continuing to pay attention to the little details in practice and on Friday nights. So.
Coach, staying healthy is paramount. So aside from staying healthy, what are the couple of things that have to happen for this squad to make a deep playoff run?
You know, like I said earlier, I think we have to peak at the right time. We got to take care of the football and just continue to bring intensity and block out all the noise and just come in and play and work hard during the week. And good things are going to happen. These guys, like I said, these guys are experienced. They know what's at stake. They know everybody makes the playoffs, but they're ready to play. They want to play football games. With all of the unknowns, they're excited to get back on the field, and I don't think they're going to take a game for granted. So, and I'm going to make sure of that. So.
Beautiful. And then, Coach, why are you who you are?
Well, as a coach, I think you know, I think coaching's a calling, and you know, to me, I'm the luckiest guy around because I graduated from Wickliffe, and I get to come back and coach my alma mater, and you know, it's really special to me. I enjoy impacting the lives of young people, and every fall I get to do that. I get to step on the field on Friday nights and make an impact. And so that's, you know, this is my 19th year in education, and you know, it's my calling, and I enjoy what I do.
Congratulations on that, Coach.
Thank you.
So we have been joined by Wickliffe head coach entering his 10th season, Marsh Porcello. Coach, thank you very much for your time. We greatly appreciate it, and I wish you a full season of healthy.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate it.